Apart from the big new features in Photoshop CC 2018, there's a couple of smaller additional improvements which I would still like to mention because they can save a lot of time and it really improves the way we work with this application. One of them is that you can now finally copy-paste layers within the same document or even between documents. So you notice I have these 3 layers selected here, the line and the 2 text layers. Having these selected, all I have to do is to just press Command or Control C to copy and then go into another document, and with Command or Control V, I can just paste them in just as easily as that. Another important improvement is that now in the Properties panel, we have a lot more features for text layers, including kerning, leading, and even the new options for variable fonts like weight, width, and slant. So it's definitely worth keeping the Properties panel handy if you don't have it already like this in your workspace. And if you are working with stock images from Adobe Stock, the Properties panel will also help you to license the assets or to find similar images from the Adobe Stock library. Another great thing is that now whenever we create a new document with Command or Control N shortcut, it loads much faster. So this window usually took its time to open up since it got changed to this current version, but luckily now it loads much faster. So that's also a useful improvement. And it's good to know that when you are in the Start workspace, so whenever Photoshop opens up, now you can choose the Lightroom Photos option, which will help you to immediately open your latest Lightroom photographs. So it will give you the recently taken pictures and also albums to choose from. So this works with the new Lightroom CC application, which was completely reworked almost from the ground up to make it work with your photographs seamless between your desktop computers and your mobile devices. So the cool thing is that even in Photoshop, we almost feel like we are using Lightroom because we can go into our albums, see them almost like a catalog, and then of course we can immediately open these images into Photoshop by clicking on them and then choose Import Selected. If you want, you can even import more at the same time, but I'm just going to import this one image. And of course it comes up in the Adobe Camera Raw editing, but then if I click on Open Image, we can continue work with it here in Photoshop. If you are new to Photoshop and still figuring out where to find what and how to actually do tasks like retouching, I would recommend for you to check out this new panel called Learn, where you can find different workflows and different tasks for each workflow. For example, for photography, we have the cool and warm images tutorial right here within Photoshop, and by choosing it, it actually opens the exercise files necessary for this, and we can walk through step by step and see exactly what we need to do. So it does a great job at guiding us and learning directly within the application. This is great for beginners, but I'm sure in the future we will get more advanced tutorials as well available through this panel. Now it's worth mentioning that in the preferences under Tools, we have the Use Rich Tooltips option, which I turned off, but by default this will be on, and it means that whenever you hover over a tool, it will also give you like a little tutorial snippet or like a mini tutorial explaining what each of these tools does. Again, great for beginners, but for more advanced users, I would recommend to just turn this option off. So these were just a few of those smaller improvements and tweaks introduced in Photoshop CC 2018.